Greetings and bienvenue, Midnight Crew. Thank you for returning to this broadcast. And welcome to new viewers joining us for the first time. If you like a video, then feel free to subscribe.
I was on a friend of a friend's property. He's got around 300 acres of mountain near the Sierras. It was him, a couple hunters, my friend, and me. We were camping, target shooting. The hunters would go and get some animals and bring back the meat. Good times. We were in the woods for about 4 days. I also had my dog with me. He's part German Shepherd, part Alsatian, so he's big. He's also either ballsy or stupid. He's chased bears and mountain lions into trees before. I took him out for a walk. The sun just went behind the mountains, so the sky was still lit up. I had a flashlight and a shotgun with me, so I wasn't too concerned about the darkness or nocturnal predators. After walking for about 15 minutes in one direction, we turned around and started walking back. Maybe 100 feet later, he freezes with his ears perked up. Usually this means he's about to chase something, so I freeze too, lock his leash, and unsling my shotgun. Sounds kinda bad, but his leash was locked to my belt, and he never yanks on it. Anyway, he's looking into this little grove of trees down the hill a bit. We walked by it on the way there, but I like to stay higher up when it's dark, so we went across the hill nearby coming back. I figured it's probably just a raccoon or a deer or something, and unlocked his leash, and we started walking towards the trees. 10 feet away or so, he stops again, lowers his head, and starts growling. I double-check the shotgun and keep it pointed where he's looking. This is the messed up part. He starts backing up, still growling. He's never done that before. He's faced 1,000-pound grizzly bears and didn't back up. But he's backing up now. I start going fuck, and slowly back up, keeping the shotgun level. My dog ends up just in front of me, still growling. After we're a good distance away, something moves in the trees. I can't see it very well. It's dark now, and I'm relying on my flashlight, but it was actually really small. I was expecting some kind of Lovecraftian monstrosity, but this looked almost like a chimp from size. We sprint back to camp. I tell everyone about it. My dog is still a little freaked out, and my friend decides that we should go see what it was. We all do, and we ended up finding nothing. Interesting tracks, though, like bare human feet without the heel. We went back to camp, and one of the hunters notices the tracks go back to our camp as well. It goes over to our fire, then around one of our trucks, then to another hill. So we track it. It goes into another grove, and then my dog does the same thing. We fan out a bit, and one of the hunters starts going forwards. He got hit in the stomach by a rock. So we go, shit, what the fuck, and start backing up. My dog, being ballsy moron, rushes in, then immediately back out, whimpering. No wounds, though. We were a hair away from shooting, but we didn't know what it was. It might have been some stupid kid or something. We went back to the camp and spent the night being paranoid about every sound, and left the next day. I think my dog has nightmares now. I know it sounds weird, but occasionally when he's sleeping, he does the run in his sleep thing, but he's whimpering and bares his teeth. He never used to do that.
Working my usual third shift. About 2 a.m. Get a dispatch call about a suspicious subject at an old shipping warehouse, possible vagrancy. Take the call. I'm about 10 minutes away. Turn my light bar on, but leave the siren off. Get to the warehouse, turn my light bar off, and look around with my spotlight briefly. Request another unit to be dispatched. The warehouse too big for me to search along. Get out of my patrol car and start walking the fence line, looking to see if the fence was cut somewhere. I hear sounds of deep moaning 40 yards in front of me. Nope. Draw my sidearm and shine my maglite in the direction of the sound. Whatever it is starts running off toward the patch of woods around the warehouse. It looked humanoid from what I caught sight of. Yell at it in Spanish and English to stop and announce I am deputy sheriff. It stops for a second and looks at me, then darts off into the woods. Inform dispatch that I am entering a foot pursuit and ask where my assistance is at. Run into the woods and start looking around. It is 2-something in the morning and a moonless night. I just have my mag light for visual aid. Hear another moan about 20 yards behind me. Turn around and yell at it again. Run over to where I heard the sound and find nothing. Inform dispatch that I lost the subject and start walking out of the woods. My assistance arrives 5 minutes later, and we start to cordon off the area around the warehouse and the patch of woods. We stayed there an hour and a half looking for the subject and find nothing. Finally decide to call it all off and return to patrol. I have a unit stay in the area and do a drive-by every hour or so until the shift is over. I just what the fuck the rest of the night. I had no clue what I had seen or heard.
I have a nope story, but also can someone tell me what the Bismakeech is? I've been wondering for a while. Anyway, be me, in a Rockies, sitting round a fire in my front yard with buddies, drinking beer, shooting the shit. Then everything goes silent. No dogs in the neighborhood barking, no ambient noise. Then snap. Big-ass limb just breaks off down in the ravine in front of my house. Way sound travels around here, you could hear it for probably a half a mile. One buddy and I instantly DEFCON 2. Remain standing looking around. Then 2 more giant snaps and what sounds like running through the freshly fallen leaves. Sounds like stepping on eggshells. Buddy 1 concealed carries a 1911. I've got my Arsenal SLR 95. Buddy 2 is just a dumbass still sitting there wondering what's going on. Running and snapping continues. At this point, Buddy 1 and I are in DEFCON 1 locked and loaded. Buddy 2 still sitting there with his back to the ravine listening to music. Thrashing sounds stop about 100 yards from where front lights stop, revealing the ground in front of us. Grab handheld spotlight and shine it around the forest. See those big red eyes looking at us from behind a tree. Tell dumbass buddy number 2 to go grab the pitcher of water so we can douse the fire. He goes in a house to grab it. He's gone for 30 seconds before the loudest, most blood-curdling screech comes from the forest. We mag dump it, run inside, close the garage door. Wait, still need to douse the fire. Open garage door. Fucking 4-foot-tall chimp is just standing there. Screams at us again and runs back into the forest. Douse the fire without even checking if it's completely out. No one slept that night, we just stayed up finishing a bottle of Maker's Mark. Few hours later, about 6:30 a.m., go to make some coffee. No water. What the fuck? Go down to garage and look at pump. No pressure. Check all the faucets and toilets, everything was fine. Check for leaks, nothing. Look out window to look at sunrise. Front area where the hose was is a giant frozen puddle. All of us go outside. Hose was not only left on all night, the hose faucet was bent and torn halfway out of the wall. Grab an ice pick and chip away at it so I can turn it off. No water for a few hours. Water pressure finally comes back up, and friends leave after taking showers. Haven't had the nerve to go out Innawoods in a while.
Be about a month ago, out target shooting with friends. Buddy talks about his Uncle Fudd telling him legend about some farm. Well, shit, where's it at? Drive deeper into the sticks to it. Stop at an abandoned cattle farm. Park truck by slaughterhouse. Innawoods. Friend still has his shotgun. Other 3 of us are packing lights. Dicking around. Nothing happening. Go back to the truck. Back at truck. See something on the corner of the woods. Chuck a brick over there. Shit, y'all, there ain't nothing here. Brick comes sailing back. DEFCON 1, time to leave. Pile in the truck, spinning tires trying to get out. Bust about 40 down the road when we see something behind us that seems like it's keeping up. We haul ass trying not to drive off this tiny-ass windy road. Finally lose it near town. We couldn't ever get a good look, but it was tall, and with all the Native American legends around here, it freaks me out.
Be 10-year-old me in Vermont, playing Innawoods behind my house with my neighbor. There's a few places that have huge old maple trees. We get to one and notice a huge circle of red fur around the base. We start poking around trying to figure out what it is. We end up finding small bones. My friend starts freaking out saying we need to leave. I tell him it's probably where coyotes or an owl eats. He grabs my arm and says, "Look, we need to leave," as he's pointing to a few cat-sized animal skulls on a few different branches. We both what the fuck and nope.gif really fast out of there. We get to my house and tell my mom. She wants to see. Friend doesn't want to go back, so he goes home. I take my mom out to the woods to show her. Get to the tree. No fur, no bones, no skulls. But the area we were digging is still there. She gets pissed at me thinking I made it up. I keep telling her they were there. She then assumes my sister let me watch scary movies and blames it on that. Pretty much forget about it. Fast forward to 2 years ago. Be out Innawoods hunting. Meet the owner of the land behind my house driving back from his camp, which is about a mile through the woods. We're chatting about deer stuff. I ask why he just doesn't spend the night at his camp instead of commuting. He tells me that it's too spooky for him after something creepy happened once. Tells me last time he tried to spend the night, things kept knocking on his walls and something making a whooing sound. He'd check, nothing there. In the morning when he got up, there was red fur all over in front of his camp near a maple tree and a small skull near his truck. Figures it must have been something fighting that night. He goes out hunting, gets back to his camp, no fur, no skull. Told me he made the mistake of trimming the tree the day before and learned not to disturb these old maple trees because the natives get restless. I seriously noped my pants when he told me.
Be me. Be mid-December in Florida. Piney evergreen woods with palmetto scrub. Go for a walk in the local forest with about 8 miles of well-cut trails. This area has 2 separate burial areas, one being a full small graveyard, the other the grave of a Confederate soldier, as well as having been the site of a Native American settlement before they were wiped out by the white man. Go on hike through woods, enjoying trail and bird song. Cross over tiny creek with small wooden bridge. Think nothing of it. Walk for about 1.5 hours. Nothing eventful. Returning from the walk, pass by the cemetery plot. Notice lots of downed branches in it from the storm. Decide to go through little fenced gate to remove branches. Proceed to do so. Closed gate behind me on the way out. Walking back toward car. Suddenly notice there's no birdsong, no squirrels, not even any insects. In Florida, in the 70-something weather. Start with the fucking. Get that creepy feeling something is watching me. Get to bridge over creek. Notice old wooden cart is off to one side of the stream that I know wasn't there before, and there's not a single person in sight. It's over 3/4 a mile of soft sand to that spot from the parking area, and would have been a lot of work to drag out there. Okay, whatever. Walk back to car, realize when I get there that my fucking favorite sunglasses are gone. Think about when I might have dropped them, and it occurs to me the only time I was leaning over was in the cemetery. Decide to go back and look. Get to the bridge. Cart gone. Glasses were only like $40. Nope out.
Happened about 3 years ago. live in northern Argentina. Go for a weekend in family-owned land, mostly semi-arid, dense woods, a mix of assorted trees and a spiny tree bush thing from hell. Prosopis russifolia, them 7-inch spines. Go with 2 years younger bro and cousin, 16 years old both. Bring 2 .22 rifles and 2 spring piston air rifles. Have nice weekend, shoot cans, fish by the lake next to the house. Help uncle and workers there. Go hog hunting every night but catch nothing, still have a good time. Last day, some hours before starting the way back home, around midday, bro and cousin decide to go through a rarely used trail behind the house. I go with them because older brother has to be there. I care too much for my bro to let him go Innawoods just with cousin that knows nothing about the place. Walk about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes deep into the forest. Suddenly the trail becomes difficult to walk. It hasn't been used in years, seemingly. Keep going for maybe 20 minutes, advance a bit slowly. Spines everywhere, man. Suddenly, forest opens up. Not a clearing, but the forest wasn't nearly as dense beyond that point on the trail. Walk a little in this area. It's quiet, too quiet, no birds or insects can be heard, which is weird and gives a spooky feel. Hear rustling about 30 meters ahead to our left. Something pretty big moving, maybe a hog or an ant bear or whatever the hell it's called. Get ready to shoot, or better yet climb up a tree if possible, cause 22. Not climbing up any tree near, we start walking back slowly. Brother with semi-auto jammer master at the front. Cousin with air rifle in the middle. Me at the back with bolt action. Walking almost backwards to see if whatever it was starts chasing and stalking us. I look forward down the path, and at the same time, cousin and brother look back. Maybe a sound I don't remember. Both stop. Cousin screams, "Die, fucker," and shoots air rifle at something. Brother moves next to me and shoots at a bush twice. A shadow, something I'd describe best as a dark-furred midge cousin of Bigfoot, dashes the 5 meters, 15 or so feet of clearing from one side of the path to the other, about 15 meters away. Run. Made it to the house in record time. Didn't say a word about it to anyone. Loaded our stuff in the truck and got the fuck out an hour later. Also, there's supposed to be a spirit deep in a woods called the Mother of the Forest, which here in Argentina is said to be something small and dark that lures you deep into the forest and tries to get you lost if you don't have a map, GPS, or don't know the area you done goofed.
Be in a Rockies. Decide to go do some fishing and light backpacking alone. First night out, camp by the pond, sleeping comfortably in my bivvy about 11 p.m. when I'm awoke by a splash. Think it's some stupid jumping fish, try to doze back off. Maybe a minute later, a huge splash. Unzip bivvy, throw boots on, look around, wonder if I'm by a rock slide or something. Another huge splash. But the water hits me on this one. Someone is throwing kinda big rocks in the pond. Extremely freaked out now and also kinda pissed. Desperately dig for, then rack my Glock 29 in before her der grenade. Shouting, "Who the fuck is throwing rocks?" Thinking it's shroom-tripping kids messing with me or something. Look in a woods about 20 yards to my right. Think it's a short, stocky guy in a dark hoodie. Smells kinda like feces, college hippie confirmed. Mexican holster Glock in pants as to not get a brandishing charge if Ranger is called. Storm over yelling, "The fuck is wrong with you?" The thing is standing hunched but upright. Suddenly moves kinda like a cat does, where it explodes from dead still to full sprint in a split second. Sprints maybe 30 or so yards in maybe 2 seconds. What the fuck? .jpg. draw my 29. Shine headlamp on it. Barely make out what looks like a short man with a long face and dark fur. What the fuck times 100.jpg? Honestly, my memory is kinda discontinuous from here, but I'll try my best to describe what happened. An object, smelled like a rotting tree stump, flies past me. Collect my wits, hear the worst noise ever. The thing is laughing at me, and it's a high-pitched, nasally chuckle that no college burnout can make. Stand there behind a tree, heart pumping, everything is slow, and every noise and smell is somehow crisper, like going from AM radio to CD. Trying to scream, but no noise is coming out. Finally feel that natural testosterone and adrenaline cocktail. Go from nope to an urge to, fuck yeah, get some. Peek around tree muzzle first. Almost reflexively, 3 glowing green dots line up. Aim towards sound in the dark. Start firing. At some point, now standing there, slide locked back, blind from flash, silence. Decide to make a break for the extra mag in my pack. Grab the headlamp off of the ground, not sure how when it got there, on the way to pack. Hear it again, except it's a loud screech instead of a chuckle. Just grab a pack, leave the rest of my gear, start running as fast as I can away from it, somehow find a trail, don't stop running. Run all the way to trailhead, realize still holding pack in left hand, gun with slide locked open in my right. Can't breathe, puke my guts out, realize I just sprinted 5 miles in the mountains. Jump in truck, take off, wonder why the sun is coming up so early, feels like only 30 minutes passed. Get home, park, smell something awful like feces. Holy shit, that thing followed me. Avi. Realize that my entire pants front is soaked in my own cold urine, and shit has extruded through my ass crack, out the top of pants in the rear, squishing into my seat. Spend 2 days cleaning the smell out of driver's seat. Everyone I tell this to thinks I was just drunk or something. I was stone cold sober, by the way. Was considering telling Forest Service, but they'd probably think the same thing. Thought about going back to get my stuff, but nope each time, decided just to write off my rod, tackle box, bivvy, stove, sleeping bag, and pad. Even considering facing that thing, still nothing gives me a greater sense of dread than thinking about running through those woods. Just me and a 3 LED headlamp, wondering what lies beyond my light. Now I never go in a woods without at least a handgun and a long gun. Such is life in the North American temperate zone. TLDR, there's something out there waiting for us, and it ain't no man.
Me and my dad are from the Midlands, Walsall. Sort of urbanized. He lived in a village in Cornwall for a few years, called St. Column. Everyone gave me this advice, and I listened, but one time my dad got a phone call late at night, his girlfriend had his car, and she'd broke down. So we head out to walk the few miles, and a little down the way, an old Cornish gent my dad had done some work for stopped us. We greeted him, he greeted us, and asks, concerned if we were heading out. We explained things to him, and the first thing that man did was call his wife and tell her what was up. He made us wait, would not walk away until we agreed not to go any further out, and came back with his friend, another old farmer, and 2 dogs, and a 1,000 candlelight torch, and went with us the whole way. They never said why. I questioned it, and my dad shushed me. We walked in dead silence along off the trails to get there, faster than driving. Dogs sniffing, old guys with broken shotguns over their forearms, shells in the barrels ready to snap close and keeping a sharp eye out. My dad had the torches, and I was in the middle. Eventually, we found her and the car, and 2 others who'd hoofed it over in a Land Rover from the next village down. One was getting the car going. One was next to her, similarly armed. The old corns never said much, just gave each other questioning looks and little nods until we got the engine started and drove our way back. I wanted to ask so many things but didn't. I looked at my dad, and he nodded, as if to say, "Yeah, I know, just trust them." The night I had to leave, I tried to ask, but they went quiet and told me not to think on it. Just told me to never go out on the moors alone.
Middle of winter. 3 a.m. Time to take a walk and smoke. Full moon. Total silence. Get about 400 meters from the house on dirt road. Dense pine trees on both sides. Halfway back, I think I hear crunching snow behind me. Turn around. Hear nothing. See nothing. Start walking again. Hear something and stop mid-stride with 1 foot in the air. Hear a distinct crunch behind me. Nope. Slowly keep walking without turning back, and the sound is gone. It starts again after about 5 paces. Sprint back into the house yelling, "Fuck." Lock door, grab SKS, turn on spotlights, look window. Barely catch a glimpse of something hunched and bipedal entering the tree line. I don't walk at night anymore. At least not without the rifle and night vision goggles. Even then it doesn't feel right anymore. 2 years after the events described in that post. 2 a.m., late summer. My friend and I decide to stop by the lake near our properties after returning from a party. Leaning on his car, talking and having a smoke. Neither one of us wants our houses to stink. Something moves about 35 meters away near the lake. You hear that? Shut the fuck up. That's coming up here. We quickly get in the car and drive 20 miles per hour about 1 kilometer up the road to his house. Get out and go inside. Probably a deer. I think it sounded 2-legged but say nothing. Go back outside onto his porch about 15 minutes later. After 2 minutes, hear similar steps moving towards us from the opposite direction of the lake. What the hell is that? Exchange a knowing look that makes me think he's had a similar experience to mine in the past. Get in my car and drive home with the windows up. Something about upstate New York woods is just fucked. Bad vibes. Even before these things happened, it was never quite right, and I've spent plenty of time in a woods at night in western PA and never experienced or felt anything like this.
I got one for you. Be in a woods with my trusty K98, chilling out with buds. Hear tales of some weird government facility where all sorts of freaky shit goes down in this stretch of forest. Decide to head on over there with buddies to go check it out. Go in that general direction, nothing freakish at first. Hear a few twigs snap. Decide it's just deer and foxes, normal shit. Then, out of the darkness, see a guy in a weird black uniform wearing a gas mask. He straight up vanishes from my sight. Chase him down with buddies, find nothing. See blue flashes off in the distance. Rush over there, nothing. Suddenly, hear distant music. Not just any old music either. It sounded like a soundtrack to an evil villain's lair. Nope. .jpg the fuck out of there. Suddenly, surrounded by black uniformed gas mask guys. They all stare silently at me and my buddies. Then, from fucking nowhere, a red, white, and blue giant metal frisbee thing knocks 2 of them right the fuck out. A guy in a stupid red, white, and blue spandex outfit jumps in from out of nowhere, starts beating the ever-loving shit out of these dudes. Dudes fire back with blue laser things and flamethrowers. Spandex dude blocks lasers with his frisbee shield thing and straight up slices their heads off with it. Soon, all the gas mask dudes are dead. Spandex dude grabs me by the collar, hoists me 10 feet in the fucking air, and starts screaming at me some bullshit about, "What do you know about Hydra?" Look at him with a combination of fear and confusion. Spandex guy gets frustrated, throws me down, and goes deeper into the woods. Me and my buddies went AWOL that day. That was just too much strange bullshit for one Volksgrenadier to handle.
I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then please subscribe to the channel as more Greentext will appear daily. A new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight Central Time.